interest in being an education program volunteer with us at AWP. There are over 140 public schools in Bucks County. That doesn't include private schools or early childhood education centers and preschools. Volunteers like you can help us grow our impact and deliver education awareness programming across Bucks County. We couldn't do it without you. First, some things for you to consider. This is a new initiative, so we appreciate your patience as we work out the kinks and the details of training volunteers on the curriculum, lessons, as well as scheduling programs and communication between volunteers and the education department at AWP. Another thing to consider is that a lot of our programming is during school hours. Our K through 12 programming is held in school. You will also be expected to facilitate the programs solo. We just don't have the capacity to have 2 or more facilitators at one time. A final consideration is about background checks, confidentiality, and mandated reporting. You will need all of your background checks, clearances, and mandated reporting certification. This is primarily because all of our schools require these background checks, as well as any facility working with children. Let's review the programs that you will be invited to facilitate. Once you decide on the program or programs that you would like to facilitate, an AWP staff member will give you a 1-hour deeper training on how to facilitate those specific programs. We will start with pre-K Bowl Full of Hearts. You're going to read the story for an interactive story time, then give them this take-home sheet. One side is their coloring page, the other side is their info guide. Kindergarten has the same take-home sheet, the coloring page, and then the information page. There's also extended activities. All the materials will be ready for you. So essentially, you are going to match a picture Velcroed onto the description as you're reading the story. First grade has the same take-home page, but their activity is that you are going to read scenarios after the interactive story time, and they are going to Velcro the correct image to the theme that it relates to. Second grade gets the same take-home page, but after their interactive story time, they are playing a matching game. So every student gets an image of a 10 sign of healthy friendship. They have to go around and find the pair, and then they have to say which theme their image matches. Third graders have proficient, emergent reading and writing skills, so their activity is their take-home sheet. So after you read the book, you will have them fill out this sheet and then take it home. So now we will move on to fourth grade, which is an interactive PowerPoint type presentation. You will start with an introduction of who you are, what AWP is, and then move on to definitions of peace. What is peace? For AWP, it is safe and healthy interactions. You'll move into guidelines for your time together doing PeaceWorks, and then you will move into an icebreaker. Again, this is an interactive presentation. There's also accessibility for this icebreaker if there are students that are not able to stand up or do not want to. And then we will move into the lesson of self versus unique. What makes us different? How do we respect those differences? And then put it into practice. Just because we are different, does that mean we can just respect each other? Does that mean we have to be friends with each other? We discuss those topics as well as moving into topics around conflict, internal, external conflict, and how they impact self-esteem. Then we move on to I statements, which are like conflict resolution skills, and then compassionate upstanders. How do we resolve conflict or interrupt conflict when we see it occur? Not just when it's happening to us, and then a review. So this is about 45 minutes. PeaceWorks for fifth grade also discusses important skills for healthy interactions. You're going to do your introduction again. You're going to go through the PeaceWorks guidelines for your time together. You're going to get into the agenda, the 5 C's of safe and healthy interactions. You're going to talk about peace. What is peace? Again, for AWP, it means being safe and healthy. Then you're going to get into your first C of compromise. You're going to go over the 3 basic types of compromise, do some scenarios. This is also interactive. Then after that, you're going to move into cooperation. What's the definition of cooperation? What are the skills needed for cooperation? You're going to move into communication, the different types of communication, how we communicate effectively with each other. Conflict resolution, when communication may break down. I statements as a strategy. How to be a compassionate upstander. Again, de-escalation, interruption, and then you're going to review the 5 C's. Our 6th grade presentation, Choose Kind, I am showing with the notes. All of our presentations will have notes to help guide you exactly through this presentation. So Choose Kind focuses on boundaries. So we do the introduction, we do the guidelines, we do our icebreaker. And again, the note section will be like your script for all of these presentations. You will get them beforehand so that you can review it and be familiar with all of these presentations. We go into boundaries for 6th grade. What are boundaries? Who can explain them? The different types of boundaries: physical, emotional, cyber, and ethical or value-based boundaries. We talk about boundaries like offense. Of course, the notes describe what that means so that you can effectively communicate that as an AWP representative, and then how we express our boundaries both with language and without language. Then we move on to, again, what it means to be an upstander and an ally, how we can interrupt, de-escalate, and follow up. And of course, we review our 45-minute presentation. Our TAPINS curriculum is our school-based empowerment program. Think of this like an after-school club. So adults can help facilitate this program, but really I want to highlight that this curriculum is designed to promote youth leadership by empowering adolescents and teens in our communities to create social change and promote healthy relationships, because we understand that they are the experts in what goes on in their age group. So we are there to support them and to facilitate the success of their programs. This is just a little snippet of a 28-week curriculum. As we go through the table of contents, you can see that each category of the TAPINS program has 7-week sessions. So there are 7 topic areas per category. As we go further into the curriculum, each topic area has an overview page. So this first topic area is trust, obviously. And then it has kind of a guiding page. So you can see all the different sessions and then engagement activities that they will get to choose from, as well as extension questions, goals, key concepts, etc. And then each session has activities that you can choose from, discussion questions, how you can start your engagement activity, as well as a little blurb on the specific topic area. Session 1 is boundaries. Session 2 is reliability. You can see that there are also some QR codes. So teens and adolescents and young adults can use their phones to access these QR codes and help guide them through different activities. Sometimes they are videos. Sometimes they are different prompts for discussion as they go through each topic area. 4 is the vault, 5 is integrity, etc. And then we move on to autonomy. So just a quick snippet. As an education volunteer, you will be responsible for scheduling your own programs and presentations depending on when you are available to facilitate them. We will give you a Bucks County School contact list and a template so that you can email or call to schedule different presentations and programming depending on the age group and the programs that you select. To schedule your programs, you will have access to an AWP volunteer email account. Once you decide to be an AWP education volunteer, you will be added to an Outlook group. This group will give you all of the accessibility you need in order to volunteer with us. You will get all of the emails through this group. This group will also have the Bucks County contact list so that you can pull contact information to reach out and schedule programs. And you can also do your own research and enter contact information of schools that we have not yet been into. That's primarily private and early childhood education facilities. Lastly, this group has a file that will allow you to record your data. So you will be able to record the schools that you contacted, how you contacted them, when you contacted them, as well as the schools that you held programming in, how many students attended the programming, if there were any materials that were given out during that program. Other volunteers will be able to view this list. That way we won't have duplicates and we won't be reaching out to or engaging in presentations of schools that we have already been in this school year. Are you ready to get started? You can reach out to the volunteer coordinator at sross@awomansplace.org or me, Jay Craig, at awomansplace.org. And we will add you to the volunteer group. You will get the emails and we will schedule a more in-depth 1-hour session on the programs that you would like to facilitate and answer any of your questions one-on-one. Thank you again for your interest in being an education volunteer with A Woman's Place.